They're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Let's go. Break.
Trying to pick up a first down.
White 29.
Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab plenty for the first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion.
And then why the fuck do you have that much time back? I don't give a fuck if I'm sending 3. Dude, just put this nigga on the 35-yard corner, bro. The fuck, man? I fucking hate this game, man. You fucking ass.
Anyways, this offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
They'll immediately call timeout. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10.
Get set.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Here's the heat. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and
breaks into the open. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They march 79 yards on the drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own, a chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. At the 35, he's got room. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Ready, set.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
Moves.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Making side adjustments here. Caught close to the marker, it's Branch. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. Georgia going up tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Quick release on the RPO. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
On the ready.
The Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
Cricket.
The give on the inside. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the...
Turning it on. He gets down to the 25 before going out of bounds.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. The defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Yep. Ready.
Trying to pound it in. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Dogs!
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. I don't know about this decision. Tie game, 4th quarter. They're lining up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onslaught. It's a fumble. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Off the RPO, complete. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on 1st down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here's the handoff. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Makes the grab, it's Delp. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Quarterback may change this route.
Pilot, Griffin, Acorn, Squirrel.
There it is.
Got it! Touchdown, Georgia! They move on top here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Tight end now in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
Handoff from the gun. Snowed under by the defense.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make 3rd down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running back position?
The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time. Likely their final drive. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Scrambling away. He'll pull it down and run. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Flex combo. Return. Roller. Easton. Monster. Kill.
Wants to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And with that incompletion, man, it's go time. Like this offense, there's no more holding back. They've got to have this play. Trailing, they need a big play. Which one on that play call sheet is your go-to play in this moment when I gotta have it?
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Gets the back moving. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, fires downfield. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Just a short pass to the tight end. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
And obviously, getting the completion, it's a killer. They get a new set of downs. You got to find a way to make a play now. The saving grace, I guess, Jesse, is he ran out of bounds and stopped the clock, so at least the clock isn't running.
Yeah, and David, it's just a situation right now. Defensively, I think you just got to take more chances, right? You may have to blitz. You may have to sell out. You might risk giving up a big play, but it's just so critical at this juncture of the game that you're able to retake possession to give yourself a chance to win.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads.